In 40 years what will people be nostalgic for? I don't wanna live in the world where someone says, "Don't you miss 2020? It was simpler time." Pretty sure it will happen though. Nostalgia will always be a thing. IDK. Nostalgia just isn't what it used to be. Poppable bubble wrap. I hate that bubble wrap, that the air just moves to the next bubble when you try to pop it. That stuff should be illegal. You're goddamn right. Say my name. High quality Nerf blasters. Nerf no longer makes anything worth buying, unless you think it looks nice in my opinion. If you are not already, buy all your blasters and darts from Dart Zone. Kind of related. What happened to good super soakers? When I was a kid we had super soakers that you pumped up and they stored air pressure in a tank. Then you could shoot a consistent water stream. Now when I see kids play with super soakers, the guns don't seem to have a pressure tank. The gun fires on every pump. It doesn't store pressure. What the hell? That's obviously a downgrade. I think I saw something once that said it was related to a patent dispute or something. Actually related. A guy did an AMA about inventing and developing them both a while back. Back in my days we used video games with controllers. You mean you have to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy. Baby's toy. You must have the hostage special. All I want is a Pepsi. I think YouTube. Like how us 80/90s babies miss early Nickelodeon and Saturday morning cartoons, I think future generations will miss the unlimited content. I mean, it's already there. Remember video replies? Most don't. It used to be a thing when YouTube worked more like a social media site. YouTube has already changed so much. I think a lot of people are also going to miss the money they made. A lot of people became set up for life going forward. How many of these people do you think are making smart savings/investment decisions though? I feel like this won't be lifetime money for a lot of them. I couldn't say. Just said it would set them up for life going forward. Not like set for life, but providing a foundation, whether financially or it's opened up lanes for a new career from that platform. I have a running joke that I'm from the future and I'm relieved that I'm back in the glory days of 2020. Don't let him run too far. You're welcome. Being able to say it must have got lost in the mail or I didn't get your text as a lie for ignoring someone. I work in tech and the old joke is features, schedule/budget, quality, pick 2. I don't think you need to worry about losing bad quality communication to blame things on anytime soon. In hardware it's fast, cheap, or good, pick any 2 inches. Can I double pick one like when I order my sides and tell them double fries, cheap and cheap PLZ? Sure. It will be ready in 2032 and won't work. Privacy and water. Oh, you will have water, but it will cost you a lot. Nestle entered the chat. F Nestle. All my homies hate Nestle. Probably gaming. It will be very different in 40 years. Honestly, full dive VR will probably be around by then. Give us the VR from Futurama and I'm gone from this mortal coil. Or the one in Black Mirror with the fucking your friends feature optional. That was just poor playtesting. Like that entire episode I was just picturing the massive ratings controversy and spin control when that feature leaked to the general public. And some poor guy having to test if they'd finally patched out genital support. Freedom on the internet. We are past that point already. I'm nostalgic for it already. Alright, but maybe we should stop being nostalgic and started fighting to get our privacy back. Government, companies, and even programs and algorithms. Let's demand a stop to the invasion of privacy. We should definitely fight more for our right to privacy. Driving a car yourself. I hate this because I haven't had my license in a while and I kind of wanted to maybe drive again, but probably not. Maybe you can go to a track or something in the future. Drive an old to me combustion engine car. In the future driving cars will be like riding horses today, an expensive hobby, mainly for the rich. Damn it. Well, on the bright side, at least there's no S to pick up. Movie DVDs. With everything going digital, I think production houses will soon stop making DVDs and just start streaming the movies in either their respective streaming platforms or sell them to other platforms like Netflix. Got me a new music CD today. Friends think I'm insane. I like physical movies, CDs, books, and video games. I'm 16. Sure, digital is more convenient, but some reason I like to hold my possessions. Plus being able to save movies/CDs to my computer and lending them to my pals. Well, they are still making vinyl records, and collector's editions of DVDs and Blu-rays make a ton of money. So I think we'll still have physical media. Here's hoping it stays a long time. Privacy. If the government do it right, they'll slowly erode people's privacy rights, and few if any will notice or complain. In fact, it's already working. Congress renewed the Patriot Act last November, and the Senate voted this year to allow the CIA and FBI the ability to view US citizen browser history without a warrant. Do you remember either event being seriously covered in major media outlets? And do you remember any mass public outcry? Me neither. Edit. Many people are repeatedly bringing up private data collection by companies. This is also a serious issue, and it's not mutually exclusive. Both problems need to be fixed. My family and friends couldn't understand why I, a lifelong computer nerd, was so bent out of shape about the Patriot Act. WELFYUOGOT nothing G to HIED. Bullshit excuse. Edit. Wow. Top comment I ever had. I'm trying to update every comment just because it is what should be. That or well, it's just to catch terrorists. PFFFD. Top 3 things that came to my mind. Going to the movies, being able to flip to a random channel, driving to places. Maybe 40 years is too soon for this to be nostalgic, but it'll happen soon enough. Damn. The movie one hit hard. A small local theater near me just shut down for good. And I can't express how disappointed I'd be if the movie theater industry just never pops back up after this pandemic. Some of my best childhood memories are from the movie theaters. Now, I think they'll be heading for a golden age. Hollywood won't stop making movies, but they don't have to release them to theaters. I think indie movie theaters at a higher cost will stick around, though. I think indie movie theaters at a higher cost will stick around, though. Where I live, the big chain ones cost 3-5x more than independent ones. We just spent 5 months with family, having dinners together, watching TV together, playing games, just being a family. Kids are going to grow up remembering the time they had with their parents and siblings. There will be good memories. This was more wholesome than I first expected. Adults forget how resilient kids are. I can guarantee most of the adults complaining about getting back to normal would love to go back and have just 1 month with their dad playing catch or watching TV. Oh, for sure. Personally, I've struggled more out of lockdown. I like my little bubble. Feels like the world was paused. Drinks full of sugar, food full of salt. Oh, and antibiotics that still work. I'm still angry they took the cocaine out of my Coca-Cola. You know you can just add it back in, right? Okay, Mr. Moneybags. Look at this guy with his Coke and Coke. Polar bears. And bees. Which will also mean many fruits and nuts. Yep. I believe they can pollinate manually. However, the process makes them super expensive. For now, the more necessary it becomes, the more they'll streamline. Eventually we'll have little drones that do it. Like in the Black Mirror episode. Either that or hydroponics that use wind tunnels for dispersion. Genetically modified seeds that are cloned and self-pollinate. Fruit that is printed on synthetic scaffolding or with cloned cells poured into synthetic skins and grown there. Freedom and privacy. We are losing both at an alarming rate, with almost no public attention to it, by design, sadly. 40 years ago was 1980. I was a teenager. If that question had been asked then, some very similar answers would have been given. Clean air, clean water, clean earth, non-radioactive land. Between 3 Mile Island and the getting hot Cold War, we thought there was a pretty good chance of some kind of nuclear apocalypse. Various species of animals, neither the California condor nor the American buffalo, among others, were looking too good. There was some general fear about computers and what they could/would do. See films like 1983's War Games. And yet, here we are. A little better in some aspects and a little worse than others. 2020 is quite a downer of a year. But human beings are endlessly optimistic and adaptable. I predict in 40 years we'll look back on some of our fears today like 80s folks look back on things like Genesis Land of Confusion video, a little nostalgic, a little embarrassed, and a little humbled by both how much and how little has changed. Agreed. But I'd like to add one snow here in Denmark. We haven't had real snow in a while and probably won't anytime soon. You can now buy Danish wine, which is quite alarming to me tbh. This is something I've noticed in Norway too. I remember as a kid there being lots of snow during the winter. God, this comment section is depressing. It's Reddit, we'll be alright. I promise. You mean Reddit is just pessimistic? Yeah, strange, right? These replies are depressing. No wonder no one wants kids. Kids, remember kids? Remember people used to get pregnant and have wee babies and all? Ah, those were the day slashers. I just watched Children of Men last night. Man, your comment just got to me. I've never seen it. Worth a watch. It's an amazing film which has stood the test of sci-fi time. There's an incredible one-take scene near the end of the film. Definitely check it out.